let's come to the part of like, I mean, it's we've seen the videos that came out. We saw Maverick Vinales and the remaining MotoGP Aprilia guys and all, Salva and all, really having fun on this bike. So in the real world, riders like you and me, like how easy is it to ride this bike, and how confident do you feel on this bike?
Handling is, I would say, it's a benchmark in its class. It's got the best handling in class. I've ridden several motorcycles in this segment. I've owned a Ninja 300, I've owned an RC 390. I would say the handling is too good. This aluminium frame, somehow the weight distribution is too good. I can play around with this bike. I mean, I have an RSV4 already, right? And then we guys who have the big bikes also want something fun to play around with in the city or take it to track.
A bit more tension free.
Yes. So I can take this into any corner. I just have to point it in the direction and the bike goes. The handling is too good.
And the stock tires that it came up with?
The tires are good, surprisingly. I had not tried the TVS Eurogrip tires previously.
Okay.
I was surprised. These are W rated tires and these are good. They're giving me enough confidence. So I'm happy with them.
Even good enough for a track day?
Track day, yes. A lot of my guys who are riding on track, they are racers. They are using these tires and they're pretty happy with it.
That's really
Obviously, it's not for racing purpose. For racing purpose, you would want some slicks because you are fighting there for a win. But for track days, these are good.
Yes. That's good to know.
If you want them in the budget.
I know you're planning for the exhaust change and the ECU remap and all. Anything else? Are you planning anything on the suspensions to make it even better, or are you happy with the stock suspension?
I'm sort of happy with the stock suspension setting. A lot of people were of the opinion that at this price they should have given fully adjustable suspension. It has preload adjustable already. I'm somehow fine with it. But maybe I would just want to experience. It's not that I have a problem with the suspension. The current setup is good. Even for me riding with my wife, I was comfortable with it. Yes.
Okay. How about the stock headlamps? Are they good enough from a city use or a touring point of view?
They are pretty good. The headlamp is good. The high beam is also decent. Not the best, but it's okay for bikes of this class, the fully fed motorcycles. This is decent. But yeah, from touring point of view, you might want better fog lamps. But again, I think they'll not look too good with a motorcycle of this
there's
design.
No nice place to mount it.
Yes.
Cool.
And they have an auto headlamp, which means even if the engine is not on and I start moving the bike, the headlamp turns on automatically. Okay,
nice. All small features that.
Yes.
And speaking of those kind of electronics, so there are different riding modes and of course different ways to experience these riding modes as well. So what do you think about the riding modes? Have you used them, switched between them extensively, or it's just been sport and full blast?
The electronic package on this bike is really good. I have tried using the eco mode sometimes, and then there is rain. I can feel the difference in how the power is delivered. It still makes that maximum power, but it's delivered in a very linear way.
Okay.
But I always ride in sport. And I just tried it to see what it was like. I didn't even ride it for even 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers. I wanted to be in sport always.
And what about the traction control?
It works very well. There are 3 levels of traction control, so you can use it at whatever you are comfortable with. But I personally switch off the traction control. I would prefer, there is a way to switch off the traction control completely, and I'm okay with that.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah. And there is this race ABS.
Okay.
So you can press this button, long press on this button, and you can disengage the rear ABS.
Okay.
With this, not only the rear ABS is switched off, but the front ABS also, it doesn't intervene so much.
Okay.
It kicks in a lot later.
Okay. At the very last moment.
Yes. So I would prefer that setup because I feel the ABS on the stock setup with the dual channel ABS on kicks in too aggressively. With this setup, the ABS kicks in a lot later, and I'm personally very comfortable with that setup. The only problem is, every time I switch off the ignition and turn it on again, I have to again press the button, and I might not remember doing it all the time.
Until the ABS kicks in early again.
But I personally prefer switching off the traction control. It's not like it is too bad or something, it's just that that's how I ride.
I think unless the conditions are too tricky,
you don't need it. For a bike like this, it's
fine.
And but at least Aprilia is giving all that. That's a very nice thing.
I think from a track perspective also it makes a lot of sense, because if you're riding it on a wet track, and you can still have a lot more control and be a little more safer, because when you're opening up in a wet corner, you want that.
You will actually even feel the wheelie when you do a hard launch at traction control 1 or 2. The traction control somehow kicks in and the wheelie does not lift so easily. Even if it lifts up, Again, the traction control kicks in and stabilizes the bike.
Okay.
When you switch off the traction control, you can actually wheelie the bike much better and it moves. I mean, when we're talking from drag race point of view, because we participated in that, and with that, that setup is
I think with the stock bike, you came third and fourth.
Yeah,
right?
my friend Sam Star, he has a YouTube channel as well. He's a very good racer. He finished third in the class. So that was up to 500cc unrestricted category. This was a bone stock bike fighting in that category. Somehow we could not participate in the stock category. We got a last moment chance to participate in the up to 500cc 4-stroke category, unrestricted category.
Okay.
So there were stage 3 tuned bikes there, race built bikes. They were made for racing. So we participated in that and he finished third, I finished fourth.
And that is with the stock bike?
Yeah. We got a good timing. He got about 13.6.
Okay.
And I did about 14.5, which was decent for a stock bike. So imagine what it can do with an exhaust and a tune and all that. We can't wait to do that.
Now coming to the totally different side of opposite side of the spectrum, how much mileage are you getting out of it?
Mileage, I'm getting about, for my style, I ride hard and I get about 20 kilometers per liter on an average. Sometimes I see 19, 20, 21.
Okay.
There are people reporting about 25, 26. Their style of riding is a bit mellow, but yeah, 20, 25 is what you can expect.
Realistically.
Yeah.
Even if you ride it in like full eco mode. I mean, it's not fun in eco, I believe.
I have not tried that eco mode. The guys who will buy this bike will not want to ride it in eco mode. People who have reported slightly better fuel efficiency with the eco mode, but then the bike has so much character. You would want that character with the sport mode. You get everything out of it.
That's what, you don't buy it to ride it in eco mode.
Yes.
Anyways. So anything that else, else that you want to add that you would wish Aprilia did or brought or made the space cheaper, or something that you wish to add in terms of owning the bike?
With regard to the bike itself, definitely better braking. This is something Aprilia should have done themselves. We don't have to experiment and improve the braking.
Yeah.
They say that it is okay for road use, and for track use you want something better. Our roads in India are very unpredictable. When I'm braking hard, the ABS kicks in too aggressively and that increases my stopping distance. So after all the mods that I've done, now it is better. But I think this is something Aprilia should provide as standard.
Okay.
And with regard to braking, that is what it is. Apart from that, I'm really happy with the bike. There's
no
it's
build
a super
quality
fun
issue.
quality issues. No, I have not had any issues so far.
Okay.
I've done about 3,800 kilometers, one service done. I have not had any issues. With regard to service, a better service network will be really helpful, because currently in Bangalore, there are only 2 service stations. One is in Marthali and one is at Banshankari.
Okay.
I have to personally travel 25 kilometers to Banshankari, which I prefer going to because they've been very good, supportive. But the whole day goes in this
It's a whole day
traveling.
program.
Yes,
to go there.
So there are other Aprilia dealerships that service the scooters. I heard that they are increasing the network. But so far in Bangalore, there are just 2 dealers, and Karnataka, I think there are just these 2. Mysore does not have anything, Bangalore does not have anything.
So all those guys are all suffering.
They all have to depend on coming to Bangalore, traveling all the way to Bangalore
to service the bike.
Yes.
So
I understand that they want to have this Motoplex dealership where only the premium bikes will be serviced, but I think there is good scope for this. Motorcycle is really good. It will sell well. I think they should increase the dealer network.
What is the service interval, by the way?
It's first one was about 1,000 kilometers, then about 6,000 kilometers, and so on, or 6,000 kilometers or 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah. I would still suggest getting your bike checked every 3,000 kilometers. Just do a general checkup. How is the wear and tear? How are the brake pads and stuff? But the oil change is required every 6,000 kilometers or 6 months. Yeah. One thing everybody should know is at the moment there is nothing like this in the market. The bike is having the true Aprilia DNA. I have owned 2 RSV4s. I had the older gen, now I have the new gen RSV4. It stands true to the DNA. It has character throughout that rev range. It's so punchy. It sounds nice. It handles so good. So it's a super fun motorcycle to ride. And it looks beautiful, of course.
In fact, me personally, I'm looking forward to a tuno version of this.
That will be insane.
That will be insane fun as well. So, anyways, Farhan, thank you so much for coming up today morning and giving us all this inside info on the RS457. Thank you so much, man.
Thank you so much.
We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you. So,
guys, that is what the ownership experience of the Aprilia RS457 is all about. And if you want more details, you can check out his YouTube channel. It's Farhan Khan _RR. And of course, we'll have the link in the description. You can check it out directly. He's putting up videos regularly on all the micro details of ownership as well. So check it out as well. And thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.
Thank you so much.